What type of skincare should I use while taking Accutane? That's the question that we'll talk about today. Welcome, I'm Dr. Arthur Colsky, founder and medical director of Advanced Acne Institute. We're a dermatology practice that solely treats acne. That's all we do. And we like to share some of our insights with acne sufferers as they navigate the path toward clear skin. So we hope you find this useful, but remember, this is not meant for medical advice. This is just for educational and informational value. So when you're taking Accutane, what type of skincare should you be using? So this is a question that commonly comes up because Accutane, as many people are aware, can cause significant dryness of the skin. It works by shrinking and deactivating the oil glands to an extent so that the skin becomes much more dry and sensitive. So we have to be very careful about what we apply to the skin while we're on Accutane. We don't want to use something aggressive that might make our skin more inflamed. So what should we use? What should we look for when deciding on skincare? So the principle of skincare with Accutane is very hydrating, very gentle, and acne safe. So those are the three most important things about skincare with Accutane. So number one, we don't want to use anything harsh. So that we rule out all of these medicated treatments that have harsh ingredients like benzoyl peroxide or retinoids. Those can be very harsh on the skin, and we never want to use those under most circumstances with Accutane because they can lead to a lot of inflammation of the skin. So we try to avoid those. So we typically try to avoid those types of medicines because they can cause more irritation and inflammation of the skin while on Accutane. We look for things that are very soothing and calming and hydrating. And that's very important because maintaining our skin in a very well hydrated state helps to mitigate or lessen a lot of that irritation and dryness that it can occur with Accutane treatment. And we use that frequently, as often as we need to keep our skin hydrated and from becoming too dry. We also want to choose things that are acne safe. So choosing something that does not typically lead to acne formation, which is called non-comedogenic, which means it's non-acne forming. Those are the things that we want to rely on. We don't want to choose a product that might be very unhelpful for our pores, that might actually lead to worsening of our acne. So it's difficult sometimes to find those products because many skincare products are not really tested for that. So it's often a good idea to try and focus on non-comedogenic properties by asking your provider what would be the best option. And finally, there's another consideration for our skincare that is supplementary to what we would need to practice normal hygiene of our skin, and that is sunblock. So we want to make sure we use a good sunblock because Accutane can make our skin sensitive to the sun. So we want to use a very good sunblock. We want to use one that protects the broad spectrum of ultraviolet rays from the sun by making sure that it has the right ingredients. And again, asking our medical provider for the right type would help us. And we want to make sure it's also safe for acne because that's an important aspect. And it should be hydrating. So there are some sunblocks that also focus on hydration as well, moisturizing as well. So those are the types of things that we want to use and consider as our skincare routine while we're on Accutane treatment. And remember, avoiding the most harsh things is always the best idea unless your doctor has a reason to prescribe something otherwise. And focusing on hydration and soothing and moisturizing and acne safe and sun protection. Those are all the things that we like to do while we're taking Accutane.